Hi there. Happy Friday. It's June 7th. Almost into summer for us here. School's just about to end. I have been doing these intuition videos now since the first week of January. If you're just showing up to watch them now, I've been on Facebook Live every Monday and every Friday talking about different aspects of how to be able to hear our intuition. Everybody has that. Everybody has intuition. And how we are led through our emotions to our intuition and how to follow that and how to create a life that's meant for just us. I'm a full believer that we have a place to fill, each and every one of us, that no one else can fill while we're here. And our job while we're here is to be able to listen to that direction and move in that direction so that we can actually live in the spot that we are meant to live in, that no one else can live in. I think that's one of my favorite quotes from Florence Scovel Shinn, which is where we started, my book club started a lot of this process on intuition. But I also want to just bring up again that I really started practicing following my intuition about 25 years ago. I really focused very strongly on it 9 years ago when we started our book club around Florence Scovel Shinn's The Game of Life and How to Play It. And then I this year decided to take it into a video stream where I talk about just where my practice is and share that with you in hopes that other book clubs might pop up doing the same thing. That's kind of the whole gist of what my intuition told me in January. So I'm halfway through almost the year of doing these videos, and today I want to focus on, I'm talking about emotional intelligence, which is very important to be able to hear your intuition and follow your intuition. They're very connected. So we all have emotions. They're here to guide us. If you're my age and older, I've been talking about this, you may not have been given the permission or taught that it's okay to feel your emotions, what to do with them. And I came out of an era and a family of children were seen and not heard. Some of these old ideas that are leaving us, and we are getting ready to replace them with new ideas. I know my son's not being raised that way. He has a voice. He's able to speak his emotions. He's able to tell me how he feels. That was not going on in my family. I had to learn all this new as an adult, so I know if I can do it, you can do it. I do think and believe that's where we're headed in humanity right now, and so I want to jump on board, and I've been doing that. So, you know, I've talked about two steps before on emotional intelligence. This is a big word right now. I'm hearing it everywhere. I'm hearing it in business. I'm hearing it in schools. And I do believe it's connected to intuition. The first part is self-awareness. We have to be self-aware of our emotions. And I'm going to talk about this gap. There's a gap between all of us, between the person we put out into the world and the person that's really who we are in here. And the goal, as we get better at listening to ourselves, is to close that gap so that it's small. So when we go out into the world, we're really who we are. We're comfortable with who we are. The bigger the gap between who you really are and what you're putting out into the world, the more difficult it is to be out in the world. And you'll see people more or less like having anxiety and all these other things happening, maybe being explosive out in the world, or doing the opposite, completely hiding out so they don't know how to manage themselves, which takes to the next step, which is self-management. So when we get into self-awareness, then we move into self-management. Once we can get a handle on our self-management, this is why the book clubs are so helpful, because we really can't do this alone. We really can't. We really need people right now to be our go-tos, our inner circle people. I have about 7 or 8, maybe 9 people in my life who are 100% my go-tos that know how to do this, that when I don't know how to do self-management, I go to them. You got to have somebody like that in your life. I would say more than one person. I would get a team. And book clubs are the best way to do that. You're all reading the same book. You're all practicing the same thing. You all have each other's backs. The third step, which is what I'm focusing on and what for emotional intelligence, is social awareness. So once you have your own awareness, then you start working on self-management. Then you can take it out into social awareness, where we start then being able to recognize how we are impacting other people around us. This is very, very important right now. it's very important that we are able to see and read other people and how what we're saying, what we're doing is impacting them. Let me tell you about everything I'm reading. I'm in sales, and everything I read right now in negotiation and sales has to do with this part of emotional intelligence. If you want to be successful in sales, you have to know empathy. You have to understand it, and you have to be able to stand in it, and you have to have social awareness. What used to be in sales is the sales trick and maybe getting them to, believe what you're saying is not flying anymore. Authentic interactions and having your own self-awareness, your own self-management, and then stepping into social awareness is where we're at with sales even. My business coach told us something, I love it. He said, we are in the truth-telling phase of sales now. And I wanted to jump up and down because I am a truth seeker, and I do believe our souls want to know the truth. Our souls want to speak the truth, and that's where we're headed. So social awareness today, start a book club. Florence Scovel Shinn, A Return to Love, or maybe there's a book that's coming to you that you think, oh, and you have a couple of friends that you want to start this club, just read the book together and talk about it and practice following your intuition. Have a good weekend. I am on YouTube now. I'm trying to save these videos, so if anyone wants to go back and watch them, they can. I'll put the link here. Subscribe if you want. It's just another avenue for people to be able to see them. Facebook doesn't hold your videos for very long, even when you save them, if they're Facebook Live. So I'm on YouTube, but and I'll be doing this the whole rest of the year, and who knows what I'll do next year, but for this year, I'm doing intuition videos. Have a good weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Bye.